Well, hey YouTube, my name's Charlotte. I am an artist of the human body, and this is my Japan series. So in my first video, I spoke about an overall of Japan, the top 5 tips I had, the top 5 places you should visit, as well as the journey that we took. Now, the journeys in Japan, we took them all as trains. Japan is known for its train network and its wonderful Shinkansen system. However, I think the underrated element is all the trains in the cities. They link up absolutely everything to the Shinkansen station, which then allows you to travel anywhere in the country. You might know the Shinkansens because they are world famous trains. They are the fastest trains in the world. They look spectacular, and you can also get them for what I would consider fairly cheap. So in the UK, we pay about a disgusting amount, that's all I'll say, to travel even half the distance that we did in Japan. And it gets quite sticky, like you got loads of tickets, this, that and the other. But with the journeys that we made, especially in the cities, we use something called a Suika card. The Suika card is available, I believe, to residents and visitors, and we got this on our Apple Wallet, and you literally add money when you need to and just tap in and out of the stations. It made things so easy. We could travel from our hotel to the Imperial Palace in no time at all, and all you had to do was tap in and out. Even if you got the wrong station or you got the wrong exit, you could tap through from the south side to the north side. Saves you a 25-minute walk in some situations. It also means that we could go everywhere. Most stuff was 10 minutes to 30 minutes away from a train station. In that lucky circumstance where we wanted to walk up a mountain, however, we did have to walk most of the way. But call us crazy, we wanted to do it. The train travel using the Suika pass was so easy, and there are loads of videos already on YouTube on how to get these, how they work, etc, etc. So I will leave that information up to those, and I will pop a couple of links below so you don't have to completely search them yourselves. There's also lots of other passes, lots of other ways you can get out and about, but this was our preferred travel method as we were there for 3 weeks. So you've got the local trains, but you've also got the big trains. I mentioned them a few times. You might know them as the Shinkansen or the high-speed trains. And for those ones, you do have to have paper tickets. So you go to a special stall, a special ticket counter for these, and it means that you can get tickets pretty much to anywhere in the country that has a Shinkansen station. It makes travel so easy. We went from Tokyo to Fukuoka, so middle of the country to the end of the country, in 4 or 5 hours. And sometimes that could be a whole day of travel, but we did it in the morning. We got up, got on the train, went. We had the rest of the afternoon to travel and explore. If we drove that, yeah, that would have been a long distance because we travelled over 1,000 miles. And it was just so easy. You sit back, you relax. You do, though, need to book specific seats and pre-book if you have oversized luggage. So a couple of times we travelled with our very large suitcases, and it meant that we had to book certain seats on the train. This was no big deal because at that Shinkansen ticket counter, you press English and you press where you're going, go through, and you select that you have oversized luggage, and it will give you the seats that you can pick. whether you want oversized luggage next to you, so behind your seat, or whether you will just want it somewhere on the train, it will be completely safe. The high trust society will mean that your baggage will stay until you leave the train when you take it off. It means that you can fall asleep and you'll be fine. It means you can relax, watch the world go by, fly by, more like. There are a lot of tunnels. I don't know what I was expecting though, from a very mountainous country. I don't think I expected that many tunnels. Why? Don't ask me. It's one of those things of, you know, do you go through it? Do you go under it? Do you go round it? In a couple of circumstances, they did go round them. However, for a lot of the circumstances, they went through. As someone who doesn't particularly like tunnels, not necessarily phobia, but just not the greatest thing for me. It did mean that I just kind of had to stick my headphones in and go, yeah, I'm fine. But then the scenery came around and it was worth it. We saw snow, we saw rain, the wind. I don't think we felt it. It wasn't particularly high when we went, but it was just such a smooth experience. Talking about experiences, I got something for you. If you're doing a lot of train travel in Japan, especially on the Shinkansen, do the green car. It's fancy. Like, we're talking business class on an aeroplane. You've got your standard class, it's like, yeah, jump on, unreserved seats. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It is really nice seats. You still get the relaxing back thing. You get your little footstool. But business class, green cars, there's just a little bit something more special, all right? They've got slightly better chairs. You do get a hand wipe. You do have to book these seats. These are reserved seats only, okay? But like, they just add a little bit of sparkle, especially if you're taking a really long train. And we even tried something extra special. There's something called Gran Class in Japan. And this is like first class, extreme, wonderful everything in a train journey. So we took this going from, no, it wasn't Fukuoka. We took this from Kanazawa down to Tokyo for our last Shinkansen journey. And when I say it is like Emirates level first class, that's what I mean. You got food, you got a specific like little bento box, which had 4 different items in. You got a little welcome bag with water, branded water. You got slippers that you could take with you. If you wanted to, you could also have a blanket, all stamped with Gran Class. And we had our own service. Nowhere else on the train got this. The seats were luscious. They just hugged you. And there was only 16 seats. And it was just peaceful. It was very... It was very high class, and even for one journey, I think it was about £5 more equivalent to do Gran Class than it would have done to do Green Car. And so at that point we were like, screw it, we've got to take this opportunity. We've got to find out what's going on here. So I'm going to stop talking now. I'm going to show you, I'm going to share with you the experience of some of the Japan network. And I hope you enjoy relaxing to these views, to these sounds, and just taking that moment to have a breath, watch the world go by, and still be in the moment.
到着遅れましたことをお詫びいたします。小倉駅に到着です。お降りのお客様、忘れ物ないようお注意ください。この列車はのぞみ27号博多行きです。自由席前寄りの1号車、2号車、3号車です。手持ちの特急券お確かめください。ご乗車のお客様、車内中ほどお寄せください。ご乗車のお客様、車内中ほどお寄せください。のぞみ27号博多行きです。まもなく発車いたします。ドア付近のお客様は閉まりますドアにご注意ください。自由席ご利用のお客様、左右すいた扉からも分かれてご乗車をお願いいたします。一つの台から左右すいたドアからも分かれてご乗車をお願いいたします。ドアが閉まります。ご注意ください。発車いたします。のぞみ27号博多行きです。自由席前より3両、1号車、2号車、3号車です。手持ちの特急券お確かめください。小倉方駅も来ましても自由席専用の切符でこの列車の指定席お使いになりますと、指定席特急料金との追加が失礼いたしました。指定席特急料金との差額が必要となります。あらかじめご了承ください。次は停車駅終点の博多です。